poison. Feels like serenity. Pour you that tonic, long as you want it, cause you've been longing for a taste of your legacy. Baby, it's heavenly. Welcome to the underground, where the love is free and the music's playing loud. Welcome to the underground, where the love is free and the music's playing too loud. Every night you come around, you don't wanna leave till the moonlight starts to fade out. Welcome to the underground, where the love is free and the music's playing too loud. Every night you come around, you don't wanna leave till the moonlight starts to fade out. Welcome to the underground, where the love is free and the music's playing too loud. Every night you come around, you won't wanna leave till the moonlight starts to fade out. Know you've been heartsick, we got your remedy. Come choose your poison, feels like serenity. Pour you that tonic, long as you want it, cause you've been longing for a taste of your legacy. Baby, it's heavenly. Welcome to the underground, where the love is free and the music's playing loud. Welcome to the underground, where the love is.
Okay. Hello, guys. How are you today?
Doing good.
Wow. So basically, our meeting gonna start in 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna go over some etiquette for you guys for tonight. So make sure your camera is on and put your name of the format as name slash invited by slash city, and please stay muted unless you are asked to unmute, okay? And make sure no eating in the meeting, and pay close attention and make sure you have the notes because the materials tonight gonna blow your mind away. Yeah, so I would like to ask, is there anyone who joined the meeting tonight as first timers or second timer? Can you raise your hand? Anyone first time? I see Johnny. Oh, James. Okay, hello, James.
Hello, Marita.
Hello. Can you stay on mute for tonight?
Oh, sure,
Okay.
yes.
Hello, James. Can you introduce yourself? What's your background and who you invited by?
So my name is James, and I come from South California, Southern California, and I'm currently living in Santa Ana. I'm currently a high school senior, and I am still a candidate in process. And I was invited by my upline, which is Jan.
Wow. So, like what did you learn so far through the process? Anything new?
What I have learned from the process is that this business is something that is not like anything traditional, because like the thing that you do and invest in this is something that you would gain in the form of passive income, and then you would receive your financial freedom in exchange of the time and efforts that you spend. Unlike some traditional ways of earning money, like going for a 9 to 5 jobs or like investing in some sort of like traditional business, then you have to always be active in order to keep the money flow like flowing to your life. Yeah.
Wow, it looks like you learn a lot from the process, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so if you can stay on mute for tonight, please do so because the speaker may interact with you. So, hello, I see Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Wow, I'm good too. So can you introduce yourself, who you invited by, and what have you learned so far through the process?
Yeah, so my name is Johnny Lee. I'm a first year at Long Beach. I was invited by Justin.
Mm-hmm.
And so a little about me and what I learned in the process is right now I feel like my journey is more about like the personal growth side of things. I've been seeing
Mm,
how this process, how this is, changing my life because like before this I was in the mindset of, drinking, smoking, partying. I was just in it
mm,
for like the fun, you know. But this whole process has really transformed my mindset to be more future orientated. Like what are my actions helping me uh, to do in the future, And
mm.
I've been really enjoying that growth of myself.
Wow, so smart. Yeah, so can you stay
Woo!
on mute for tonight? Can you stay on mute for
Of
okay.
course,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
You
so
said
I
me.
see one more person. Jason, right? Hi, Jason.
Hello.
Hi. Could you please introduce your name, your background, who you invited by, and what you learned so far throughout the process?
Right. So my name is Jason. I'm from San Jose, California. I recently graduated from UC Santa Cruz with a BS
Congrats.
in molecular biology. I
Wow.
was invited by Gianna, and some things that I've learned so far, I've learned a lot about self-growth and changing my mindset out of the traditional E quadrant,
Mm.
essentially. Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow. Could you please stay on mute for tonight?
of course.
Yeah. Okay. So I see May. Hello, May.
Hi everyone.
Hi. Can you introduce yourself, who invited you and what you learned so far from the process, anything new?
hmm So, hi everyone. My name is May. I'm currently a junior at San Jose State University. I'm studying computer science. MK invited me, and throughout the process, some of the important things that I learned will be about time management
Mm,
because most of the time, if I'm like not doing something not related to schoolwork, I will be using my Instagram or YouTube Shorts, which actually took most of my time. After watching the time management video, I realized that that is not important, not urgent. So something that I should avoid doing it instead doing
mm-hmm,
something important for my life
mm-hmm.
like reading books. That's what I've been doing so far, 2 days, and I find some
Wow.
productivity throughout the process. So yeah.
Wow. So cool. Yeah, so please stay on mute for tonight so the speaker may interact with you. I see like there's a lot of candidates tonight. Wow. Okay, so can I don't know how to pronounce. Is it 10?
It's uh, I go by Tracy though.
Oh, Tracy. Okay,
I'll
that's
change
better.
my name
Okay.
later.
Hello,
So,
Tracy. Can you help
uh,
me introduce yourself, who you invited by, and what you learned so far from the process?
hi everyone. I'm Tracy. I'm studying in Ohio right now, and I was sponsored by Sophie. And until this step, I have learned a lot from my coach, my uplines, and I have go to a lot of meetings, and it's
Mm,
really helped me to look back on what I did in the past, and I understand that I have to change a lot, especially in my mindset, because I
mm-hmm.
always afraid that I will fail when I do something, so I don't even get started. So like I try to think about that at this time, and I know that if I'm not even start, so I how can I fail and get, or how can I success? So
Wow.
look to my mindset, and I asked my upline how to change it, and they really helped me a lot with that, and I really appreciate this opportunity to help me to understand those things.
I'm sure the material tonight gonna help you too. Yeah, so I don't want to left the last person out. He raised his hand for so long. Yeah, so hello, Mikhail, right? Mikhail?
Michael,
Okay.
actually, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Michael. Okay. So
yeah.
can you introduce yourself, who you invited by and what you learned from the process? Like 30 second.
Okay, sure. Definitely. My name is Michael, and I'm currently in Newfoundland and Labrador. It's in Atlantic
Mm-hmm.
Canada. I was invited by my lovely friend here, Karen, and
Well,
one of the most important things I've learned from my journey so far is that I have to be proactive and aggressive towards achieving my goals, and delaying or giving excuses will not get me anywhere.
mm, wow, wow. Okay, so thank you, Michael, for sharing. So I know that up until this point, you should already know that we are working with Amway and BWU mentorship program, right? So after this meeting, if you have any questions, you should go back to your processor and get the clarification done. Yeah, so most of you guys probably don't know what cover this is. When I was a candidate, my processor sent me the poster. I was like, what? What is cowardice? Are we gonna, listen to OCDs or something? But I came to the meeting with like no expectation at all, but I came out the meeting with a lot of materials that can help me up until now to grow my business. So I would like to introduce you to the main focus of today meeting. So the main focus of today meeting is just to educate you about the BWU principle and to help you evaluate how this business gonna stand out of all the option that you have right now, and also to help you build the Amway business rightfully and successfully. So sadly, I'm only the host for today. So we're gonna actually have amazing speakers who are leaders in this business, and they're gonna help you maximize the BW system on the next level. So without further ado, I don't want you guys to wait. So please help me, welcome these two beautiful ladies who, gonna share us about the first topic, which is about three powers. So these two ladies, whenever I go up to North Cal, they gonna welcome me with care, always take me where I want to go, and also take care of me like a family. And not only that, their work ethic is like on a next level, and they inspire me every day to also work hard on myself as well. And they are growing their team very big right now and are upcoming leaders. So please unmute and help me welcome Nora and Sophie to the stage.
In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
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 I'm good.
Welcome.
Hello.
Friday's nice. I thought all of you supposed to are doing homework now.
Party.
Doing homework while you're in the Zoom. So just let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Nora. I'm part of Con team, and up to like Jeff and Sarah, a brand new partner in the
Yay.
And I'm Sophie, sponsored by Kevin, coached by Kevin and mentored by Philly. And we're so honored to be on the stage tonight because I've always wondered why this association, why have to be this environment. Coming to this business when I was still a high schooler, they don't have, I don't have that much why into the business. I'm not really interested in the business, but the thing that attracts me is the environment. I've always wondered why this association is so powerful, is so positive compared to the outer world. They are so negative and they compete with each other. They eat each other alive. But in this association, they support each other. They united, they unify, they help each other to grow. And I always wonder why, what in this association that help people grow so much. And you know what? I found out there's a secret. There's some powers, there's some culture that help the people in here grow faster than the people outside. And that's the reason why we here tonight to spread this culture, to spread these powers to you guys, especially the new candidates to the team. And I want you to listen carefully and know the secret sauce of this association. Right, Nora?
Yes, correct, Sophie. Like I observed a lot of like so many growing leaders in the team. And then one thing I noticed from them is that, man, of course, they have that very confident when they're speaking. They have that so good like skill set and mindset. But then one thing that makes them stand out from the rest, one thing that makes the big differences is that they are applied to these three powers to the team, to the business. And then I wonder, what are those three powers, Sophie?
What's the three powers, guys? Do you want to know why? What was it? Let me show you. Okay? So, can the tech help us to share the screen?
Let's go.
Yeah, so the three powers we're gonna talking about today is the power of spoken words, the power of submission, and the powers of unify. the
Mhm.
unity. Okay,
Mhm.
so it sounds really profound, right? Okay, first let me talk about the power of spoken word. So the power of spoken words. Yeah. So why power of spoken words? Do you talk to people every day, Nora?
Yes, I talk to people every day.
Do you talk to yourself every day?
Of course.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. You talk to yourself every day. And the way how you talk to yourself is your perception, is your mindset. It's your mindset. Next slide. It's your mindset. How you talk to yourself is your mindset. And your mindset is really crucial because it's the factor that will determine your action. It will lead to your habit and it will lead to control your fate, your life, right? So it's really crucial to have the right mindset before you talk anything, you know, because if you don't have the right mindset, then it will lead you to making the wrong decision, the wrong life, right? So make sure you surround yourself with the right mindset people, like your coaches, your mentors, your growing leaders who have the right mindset in the business already. And make sure you surround yourself in that association so you can be impacted by them. There's an experiment that I heard somewhere, but the cactus, you know, the cactus, they have thorns. And this man talked to the cactus every day, wishing the thorns to be shed out, to be gone. And for weeks, for months, for years, eventually the cactus really shed the thorns out because it's get impacted by the words of that man. And so your words are really, really, really powerful. It can impact the living, like the plants. So it can impact your mind and other people's minds as well. So use it carefully, use it wisely. That's the first thing, the mindset. The second thing is the law of attraction. What you say will attract, it will attract the things that you want. Okay, so spiritually explaining, the more you say like the goals, the more you say your goal, the universe will get your message and give you the things that you want. That's spiritually. But then logically explaining, the more you your goals, the more you say about your goal, then the more you think about it. When the more you think about it, then you will like really motivated to get the goals done. I want this, I want this, I will do everything to get this. Right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So your thoughts will turn into actions when you think about it more. The more you say it, the more you think about it, and it will turn into actions, and you will do everything to achieve it. For example, when I was still a candidate in the process, you know, I was really I want to launch so bad. For the candidates in here, if you want to launch so bad, then I will expect your action more than your words. Because when you have that goal is to launch, your words will turn into action. Hey, uplines, I want to launch. You ask your processor that you want to launch. What's the criteria that I can launch? What's the requirements? How do I launch now? Can I launch next week? What do I like to launch? I'll ask a bunch of questions to get the goal done because that's my goal. Yeah, so that's the power of spoken words. Next slide, we'll have the power of
Submission. Can I have the next slide, please? So yes, after the first power, about the power of spoken words, that would be great if the tech can click to the next slide. Then we have the power of submission, right? And then you guys may wonder, what is it meant by submission?
Yeah.
So let me show you one tip how to understand the words better.
Mm.
So let's split the submission into two words. You will have sub and listen.
Okay.
And the meaning behind this means we are all submitted under one mission. You see the meaning? So now what makes up submission? I will have 3 points: trust, complete, not complete, and big mission. Let's start with trust, right? So submission, it builds on trust and respect between you and the person who invited you, between you to your coach, to your mentor, and the leaders in the team. And then the trust, it builds based upon your hats, right? Hungry, appreciative, smart, humble, and then builds up based on your attitude and your character as well. So let me give you just a quick example for you to better understand it, right? So you can see the right side picture is a Jane. And let me ask you one quick question. So a chain is have different pieces connected to one each other, right? Let me ask you one question. What's going to be happen if a chain is missing one piece? If a chain is missing second pieces, if a chain is missing three pieces, will the chain still working effectively? What do you guys think? I need the answer. I need to hear the answer from you. The answer is no, obviously. The chain is designed, is created to for all the pieces get linked and connected to each other. And it's the same thing as here. Like for our friendship, our partnership in the business or outside, if we wouldn't have that long-term relationship together if we're lacking of that trust, if we're lacking of that submission to each other, right? And then the team will be stuck. The team won't grow if we keep, stay in the same problem, and then we can get out of it. And we will have more conflict later on if we're lacking of that trust as well, right? And then we need to have that mentality, one for all and all for one.
Wow.
All of us are all together in the team. Without a solution, we won't have the team that we want to build up. And then let me give you another example, right? If you right now, I know all of you is a candidate right now, and then that you join the meeting today, I know you got so potential. You want to launch in the business. But let me ask you a quick question. Which team you want to build up? The first option is that do you want to build up a team that all of them so perfect, all of them so excellent, they know what to do. But the thing is that they can't work to each other. The second option is that all of the team, all of the best player in the team, right? Even though they don't have that good skill set, even though they don't have that good mindset yet, but they have they have the ability to work with each other pretty well. And then between those two options, what team do you want to build up, right? And then when we are all together, we can build up all togetherness, that submission to the same goal. And then second, complete, not to compete. I know that all of you here, right? We still candidate, and then sometimes like we're thinking, oh, we're having that comparison between each other. We compare our strength, we compare our weaknesses to other people's strength, and then we feel down about it. No, it's not about our business. It's not about to compete with each other. No, this is a win-win situation. I need you to be in the team, and then I need you all to ask you guys one question: is that how we can compete on how we can complete each other instead of competing. You need to ask yourself, like for example, like one puzzle, right? In order for that puzzle to be perfect, we need to have that one missing piece. What if that piece is missing? That's why we need from you, to contribute your strength to it. And then if we go together, we can get the goal done. And then if you see example on the left hand side picture, right? The bold competition. Why in the bold competition, we always have one winner and then one loser. The reason why the whole team, they are working together very effectively. They know each other's strengths, they know each other's weaknesses, and then they learn about each other very well. And that's how they get the goal done. That's why I want you all to using your focus on your strength, using your strength to back up your whole team and fill in that missing piece. And then lastly, submit to the big mission. What do you mean by that, right? So one of my biggest advice for all of you here, like from my experience until now, is that I wouldn't achieve my goal if I wouldn't submit to my upline goals. The reason why I'm asking it, let me ask the whole Zoom today. Do you know what is your team missing right now? Do you know what is your upline goal? Do you know what are they fighting for? If you don't know, you would feel lost because you know what they're doing, right? You wouldn't make that decision to change yourself. You wouldn't take that first step or the ability to moving on if you don't know what you are fighting for. If you don't know what's the goal of your uplines. If you don't know what is like the main goal that your upline is fighting for in the next few months. That's exactly the same when I first launched the business. When I first launched the business, that was the time that Quan also brought a new pin called BBI.
Yeah.
And then I didn't take the skills on a new launch. No, I take the pride in helping Quan to reach that 2500 PV goal done. And that's how I get my goal done, 300 PV is a brand new launch. And that's the power of submission, guys. If you submit to your upline goal, your goal will done along the way. And then, but then I have a question. How we can have that submission? We need to have that unity. And that's how, that's the next power in the, the three powers.
Can I have the next slide? So yeah, as Nora said, yeah, you can play the video first. Yeah, as Nora said, the power of unity cannot survive without the power of submission, right? Because when we have the same goal, we're going to the same direction, then we're having that goal forward, then we're going to the same direction, we work together to fight for that goal. Yeah.
It's smarter to travel in groups.
Yeah. Can you see the video, the message behind that? It's the unity. Not only that unity can save ourselves, but then it helps us grow together as well. For example, let me take your hand.
Yes.
Okay, right here. If we you go that way, I go that way.
Okay, go.
Let's try. We cannot, we're going to the opposite direction. So we cannot achieve the goal together. Same like the kayaking thing that Nora mentioned in the previous slide, right? So we cannot achieve the same goal if we're going to the different direction. We're not having the same goal, right? So the first thing first of having the unity is having the same goal. So and the second one is we are the people business. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of arguments. There's gonna be a lot of conflicts and fights. You know, you remember there's some times that we fight with each other, right? Yeah. So we fight with each other a lot. But then after all those fights, we understand each other more, and that's how we are more unified together, and we work together to build a team. Yeah, and that's how unity works. This is the people business. Of course, it's inevitable that there's gonna be conflicts and fights. But what are you gonna do after that is the key. Yeah. So find ways to work together, not break. Okay. Yeah.
And then one quote that I would like, to share that for you all is that if you want to go fast, you can go along. But then if you want to go more security, if you want to go and achieve more goals, we need to work together. We need to go together as a team.
Yeah.
And in conclusion, today, we share with you all about the three powers. What is the first power? Power of spoken words. Second is the power of submission. The third is the powers of unity. And then those three powers need to be work along together. You wouldn't have that submissive to the goal if you're not speaking the goal out loud. If you're not, having that unity. If you don't know how your team going to work together, right? So we need to apply all those three powers together. And then there's one thing is that what you do right now will determine what you do when you have a big team.
True.
So what does mean if right now you didn't, apply those three powers or you didn't put it in practice, So how can later on your team they can replicate from you? Do you want to build that good foundation and that good culture? So it's pretty much up to you. And
Yeah.
I think that pretty much it for our
Thank you, everyone.
speaking
That's
today.
our secret for the business.
Woo! Awesome.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, guys, I know it. I know this lady's gonna, smash the stage. Yeah, so like Nora and Sophie said, right? In this business, we actually have three powers, which are power of spoken word, power of submission, and power of unity. So without these three power, you're not gonna, grow your business that much. Just like Nora and Sophie right now, because they are submitted to these powers. That's why they are, their business are growing very well. Yeah. So for the next speaker, we actually gonna talk about the second topic, which is about the six coordinate rules. So the two speakers that I'm gonna bring up for today is actually also from North Cal. So I would like to welcome Daria. She's a very powerful lady. She has a very big team, and she actually is my inspiration as well. And no matter how busy she is, she never forget about thinking about her team, doing her habits, and even submit to the goal as well. And also another speaker that I'm gonna bring up to also speak about this topic is actually MK, which is one of my personal coaches as well. Throughout the process of me as a candidate before, he helped me a lot. He teach me what I had to know, and he also always think about the team. So these two powerful leaders gonna help you understand the cardinal rules of our business. And please help me welcome MK and Daria to the stage.
So,
Hello.
Let's
Everyone hear me well?
go.
Does everyone hear me? Does everyone hear me? Give me a sign that you guys are able to, because I don't know. Yes, right?
Let's go.
We hear
Hey,
you.
hello everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Marita to become a beautiful host today. Also, thanks Nora and Sophie as well. You guys spent so much time to do presentation today. I saw everyone do things behind the scenes. Right. So, first of all, I would like to introduce my name. My name is Daria, coach and sponsored by Jeff and Stella. They already platinum, and then we are hitting to EP 50 as well, and I'm upcoming BBI this month. I think today I'm not the only the one who's speaker, but also I have my co-speaker as well. So I let him to introduce himself.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So this is MK. I'm proudly sponsored and launched and mentored and coached in the business by none other than Phil and Luna. Right, it's a pleasure to be meeting all you guys today. And me and Dario are very excited to be educating you about one of the most fundamental aspects of the mentorship program here, which is the cardinal rules. Right. So I'll leave it over to Daria to be able to kind of go over what cardinal rules are in our business.
Okay. All right. So I think first from the beginning till now, I think all of us gonna be like questioning is what is the meeting for today, right? So when I first came into this business and I'm sitting down like you guys now, I was kind of confused, like, oh, what is this meeting like different than other meetings out there? Like, why do we say cardinal rules in digital world, right? So, here's the thing is that this everything what you just heard from Nora and then Sophie too, so everything we shared today is a principle for you guys how you guys can be successful in this business. Here's the thing is that principle is never changed, right? So why we talk about cardinal rules today, so team meetings is not an activity, it's a habit, right? And then the highest performing team regularly engage in this habit, and then I call it as a culture. And then there was a story is that Gordon Bethune, so he took over the Continental Airlines, which existed prior to United. And then it was worst rated airline in the country, for every metric. And then one thing is that the plan was always like dirty too.
And then so people, always complaining about, why the plant is so dirty. And then, the employee got yelled by the management because they're not cleaning it. So there was a time is that, when Golden Bethune, he showed up and said that forget about what the customer said. The customers are on and off the plane just only 3 hours. But you guys have to do like 4 more flights before your shift is done. Then why don't you clean your plane for yourself? This is for yourself, right? So thinking about this guy. So when you guys are building this business, you have to think about what kind of team you wanted to create for your own self later on. Because here's the thing is that, a winning team always have a higher standards. And then I believe is that I myself always have to live a life with the intentions because I want to stand out from the bigger crowd. Because a lot of people out there, there's maybe like they're growing up like a foundations with the principle that I grew up in this business, or like a cardinal rules, or like a principle. And another mindset I want to touch on is that you cannot live a life with paranoia. What the mindset is that, oh, I don't want to get caught. So that's why I had to follow the rules. Like young people like us right now, we created to break the rules, right? We don't want to be tied under the rules, right? But here's the thing. Now, you have to follow and implement because it's the right thing to do, right? Because here's the thing is that the leaders don't do things because they're afraid of getting caught. That's the mindset of play to lose. But the difference with the leader is that they do things because the right thing to do, because they have the mindset to win, right? That's the one thing we learned from the mindset of rich people is that if your goal is to be comfortable, then you will never get rich. But if your goal is to be rich, then chances are you will end up mighty, like comfortable, right? Because here's the thing is that this business is a duplication business. And then especially that we're working with people is a network marketing, right? So one thing I learned from my mentor is that you need to do it once and do it right. Because whatever you do right now is determine the size of your team later on. Right. So today, me and MK, we will gonna talk about, how can you conduct yourself or how can you protect the culture or the team later on. Right. So I think I would pass to MK. He can go over some rules in here.
Right. And thank you so much, Dario, for giving us that disclosure and preface about how important the cardinal rules are for our not only our business, but also for our livelihood. Because keep in mind this, guys, is that you should not follow this rubric in a way just as a guideline for how you conduct the business, but you should really take it seriously in terms of all aspects of your life. And that's how you can be able to maximize the effectiveness and quality of the way that you protect the relationships with those around you. And you should also look at it this way. Is the cardinal rules are meant there to enhance and also protect the quality of the relationship that you have with your upline sponsor, mentors, and coaches. Because one wrong move, right, may create drastic changes in the future of your business. So you always must be mindful and aware of how you conduct yourselves, right, and be able to build your business responsibly and maturely as well, right? Can I get the next slide, please, Tech? Perfect. Right, so me and Dara will actually break down, each of the cardinal rules with you so that you are on the same page of, the various aspects of them all. So can I get the next slide again? The first thing I want to cover is this, which is very important that you maintain a financial awareness. In other words, please do not mess with anybody's money. Because here's the thing, guys, what are we here for? We're here to build an asset. We're here to be able to basically enhance our financial future. And money is a big component of however we make decisions. One wrong move with money may mean an IBO is unable to travel for his or her team, and because of a difference in their condition. You must also think of it as this way. So money itself is how we respect each other, because we don't want to say compromise or lose trust in somebody whenever we owe somebody money or any of the belongings, right? Think about it. If an IBO is lacking money and somebody borrowed money from him or her, then the way that he views and perceives that person is not based upon the leadership or his character, his attitude, but more so about, hey, I have not been paid back, what you borrowed from me for the past week or so, right? And that mental blockage will hurt the relationship between those two parties. So that's why it's not just money alone, it's different aspects in terms of our belongings. So that's what I'm going to go over. So next slide, please. Check. So there are three aspects that we want to be very mindful and careful of whenever we are dealing with money in the business. And again, it's highly encouraged that we minimize as many exchanges of money as possible, only when necessary. So the first aspect is during a lot of functions, we have 4 functions annually, right? When it comes to that, there are expenses such as hotel room, gas, vehicle, and food as well. And your leaders, people who are planning these events, are putting a lot of time and also financial investment in order to make sure that you have the best possible experience whenever these events do come. And so how troubling will it be? Imagine in their shoes when a single person out of the whole group is unable to reimburse the planners in time. That might mean they are delayed in whatever goal that they have the upcoming next month. So whenever function happens, right, not only is the person who's calculating all the expenses responsible, but also the person who is reimbursing the people who paid for the expenses too. So the moment that you are made aware of an expense during a big event, please have the urgency to send the money over so that money can be reallocated to everybody who participated and contributed to the events, right? That way that everybody has complete peace of mind to move on to next goals and next upcoming month. You see that? So that's the first aspect. The second aspect is products. Now, a lot of us are IBOs, and when we purchase products using the Ditto program, we have ownership of those products, and that belongs to us to use in whatever purpose we want when it comes to our clientele, our customer base, or our personal use. And so whenever you have the mindset of, oh, I'm missing a product, right? I'm missing excess, I need some excess, and you want to borrow a cross line or even a downline excess, you might want to think to yourself, if I'm a responsible IBO, I will make sure that I have enough of my products that I need that this month for my personal use for my clientele. But borrowing somebody's, it also means that you send the signal that you are not responsible for your own business. You rely on somebody else's inventory to be able to get the products that you need. And even if you do so, right, please make sure that you ask, hey, whose product is this? And if you must, whose product is this? And you ask them. If you don't know, then don't ask or don't take it. Usually, it's best recommended as an IBO if you buy products to label the name with a Sharpie so that we know whose it is. However, overall, it's best recommended that you ask whoever is in the chat you're in, hey, whose product this is? Can I please take an access? I really need it. And then make sure that you pay that person right away. Wherever the person is asking, they're asking price for it. Okay, so please do that in every aspect of the business when it comes to our products, because one missing product can mean a devastating budget for an IBO who is very in a way very short on their finances in a given month. And lastly, it's really important for any aspect of the business when you're borrowing something. It could be tech, actually. We have a lot of technology in the business. And if you are borrowing it for your own business purposes, make sure that you return it in the prime condition that it was in. And make sure that you communicate with whoever you're borrowing it from, that when you will be able to lend it back to them. Because things go missing a lot in business. And we want to minimize that by communicating effectively who it is we're borrowing from. It could be tech, it could be a lot of different things as well, but please be mindful to minimize that as much as possible. If so, you must take responsibility for your own business and buy whatever you need for it using your own money. Okay, so that's it for the money aspect of the business. Can I get the next slide, please? Perfect. And now we move into a very hot topic. This is especially relevant for our group because we're bringing this business with Gen Z. And when it comes to romance, infatuation, and love, things can get out of control. So we want to actually, in a way, influence the culture of our business to make sure that we conduct ourselves responsibly and in a mature manner. Can you get the next slide? And so what are the aspects of, in some cases in which we unintentionally catch ourselves being unable to control sometimes our urges, our temptations. I understand that we're IBOs, we have no intention of doing harm or foul to anybody. However, sometimes if we're not aware of ourselves, we may end up having to make a few mistakes when it comes to our habits or our tendencies. So the first thing that tends to happen, especially when it comes to young people, is infatuation. Now we know that we're a young group and we tend to see, oh, this person is attractive. I may be interested in that person. But sometimes those infatuations, you have to ask yourself, is it short term? Or is it somebody that I truly want to commit my time to work with? Because the difference between dating and having a couple outside of this business environment is typically when you are building a business alongside somebody, you are a home team. That home team is the stronghold of the entire organization. If the home team itself is having a weak foundation, then it will affect the stability of everything else. So it's really important that you choose wisely who you want to be a partner in your business, romantic partner, because that could mean the difference between, you know, a 5-year platinum or a 10-year platinum or a 2-year platinum is choosing the right partner. So whenever you have infatuations, I understand that it is something that we cannot resist. However, if you do have strong feelings for somebody in the association, I recommend you go and do the next habit, which is counsel with your growing coach or mentor in order for him to determine whether or not this relationship is meant to be and it will work out. Because how you want to see it is your mentor or coach will evaluate, hey, what are your strengths? What is this other person's weakness and strengths? Can you complete each other instead of conflict with each other? And that's what happens when you choose a partner unknowingly, maturely, is there's going to be unforeseen conflicts that happen along the way. And you may not know how to resolve them. That's why it's really so important to have a compatible partner in the business using your coach and mentor's recommendation so that you can have the best type of business possible. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you guys might be thinking, oh, I have no freedom in this business. Even the person I choose to be with as a romantic partner is even controlled by my upline or my sponsor. And that's not true at all, because how we see it here is it's the choice that you want to prioritize your business. I remember Jeffrey and Stella said it perfectly during one of their stories is during a time when even Stella was feeling negative about the business, right? Jeffrey told her that regardless of whether you want to build your business or not, you want to focus on your career, I will still go platinum. And that is who you want to be as your strong partner, is because that sends a signal to the person that the person is there, is committed and there to stay, regardless of what the other partner does. And that's a powerful signal to your team that you prioritize the longevity of the relationship more than the small little conflict in between, right? So the third aspect is we want to promote a gossip-free environment. If some of you guys just graduated high school, oh my God, you have no idea how often the word shipping was thrown around. It'd be like they would be going around the whole school like, hey, this couple and this couple are dating, and I ship them together. For those of you guys who are not American, you guys might not understand what this means, but it happens so many times, and this drama, there's like a bunch of misunderstanding and fights and stuff like that happen just because of a lot of like rumors that are floating around, and we don't want to promote that culture. That's a very toxic culture and can actually hurt the momentum of your team whenever you focus on unnecessary drama such as this. So that's why it's important not to spread rumors such as that. And the last three is overall, this is just practice-wise, dress appropriately. I know for guys, we like to show off flex of maybe you have six-pack, whatever, or muscles, whatever, but you don't want to send a wrong signal to somebody who is attractive. You always want to dress appropriately so that people, when they go to a meeting, what do? They focus on a content, they focus on a message. They don't focus on a person and what they're wearing and how revealing it is. Same with a girl. Right? So dressing appropriately in every situation, inside and outside of meetings, is something that we want to do in order to promote a healthy culture where we don't like mess with relationships. Okay, as well as body contact. Now I know some people's love language is physical touch, and now there's a big difference between having physical touch and having a flirtatious body language. So you guys might have side hugs or like body hugs, but when it comes to opposite genders, it's really important that you send a signal to the person that I have no romantic interest in you. I'm just friendly. If possible, minimize that as much so that you can focus on, say, asking questions, right? And a lot of situations you don't actually need body contact unless you or your downline are very close and you have that strong relationship, that it's okay to do that because that's how you express your attachment to somebody. That's how you express your appreciation for somebody, is through that body language. However, in times it's sometimes unnecessary to do that for everybody. So only to certain people, and use some common sense, use some distinction to understand who you feel comfortable to do body language. And especially if that person is already in a romantic relationship, then I recommend that is not recommended at all, because you don't want to send the signal to their spouse or their partner that, hey, I have an interest towards them. They are off limits. In your mind, they are off limits, especially when you know that they're in a relationship. And last, but most importantly, is flirtation. I think I kind of went over this with infatuation, but sometimes as guys, we don't know we're doing it. But I would watch how you say, I would watch, like, be mindful of how you spend time around some girls, because to some others that might come off as, hey, you're trying to get that person's phone number, right? Things like that. Oh, and one last thing as well, which is any cross line in the business. If we have a rule that we don't recommend you to add their Instagram, Facebook, phone number, or LinkedIn. It's because we want to protect the social and private life too. And what if, like, people won't know if you're browsing around, things like that, and that can make somebody feel very uncomfortable, and which may even lead to them quitting the business. So adding people on social media, unless they're your upline or your downline, is taboo here, right? If you want to ever communicate with that person, ask your upline to make a group chat with them, right? With that common upline. Okay, so that's it for the don't mess with honey part, and I will move on to my third aspect of cardinal rules, which is whenever doing something for the first time. Next slide, please. Please check with your mentor before doing anything for the first time. Now, what's the mentality of this cardinal rule? It's how serious are you about the trust and the longevity of the relationship that you have with your upline and coach and your upline mentor? It's because if you truly value and appreciate their advice, you wouldn't go and make your own decision without their inputs. You wouldn't go and be independent and just heck with my mentor, heck with what they think. Let me just do my own thing. Right? I made the mistake several times in the business too, and I bear the consequences of that. And I truly regret having to not check with my Phil and Luna whenever I'm making a decision. Why? Is because I had to actually experience the consequences for myself. Now, don't get me wrong, there's no such thing as an IBO police, as an NY police. People won't go around checking, hey, are you following the cardinal rules? Nobody's like that, right? But the only, you will feel it whenever you experience a consequence, or you lose a relationship, or you may lose a downline just because of a simple mistake of violating a cardinal rule, right? So can I get the next slide, please? So when it comes to counseling with your upline, it should really be under certain parameters, right? Every small decision, especially when it comes to something such as, hey, what should I eat for lunch? Obviously, those things are not such a big deal for you to go and check with your upline about. When it comes to major decisions that affect the trajectory of your life and business, I always recommend to update them first so that you can get their input. First things first is a big purchase. It could be a investment in a team, such as a TV or such as a new device to run meetings, things like that, technology. Are you asking yourself, is what I'm paying worth the price? Or can you check with your upline if they have prior experience in learning how to negotiate or bargain a deal before you spend a bunch of money that you won't get back again? And then you will complain about, hey, I'm on a budget, I can't go to FED. Why? It's because I recently bought a TV. Hello? That sends a signal to your upline, your coach, that you're not responsible in your decisions and you make decisions recklessly. So when it comes to big purchases, make sure that you have the most value for what you get, and check with your upline who has experience in learning how to bargain. Now, I also want to preface this as well, in that whenever you check with your upline in a decision, that upline should have an experience in that decision, because you ask your upline who's single, hey, I want to marry this person. He's obviously gonna be like, I don't know, I can't tell you because I've never been married before, So it's always best to ask for Luna, obviously, right? Or Jeffrey and Stella. But overall, moving forward, running events too. Say you have a new idea. You say you want to revolutionize the meeting. You want to try this out, try that out. And you ask up your line, hey, it sounds like a good idea, but have you thought about XYZ factor? Have you thought about these and conditions, these factors, and running the meeting? How much will it cost? How much time? Who is running it? So your upline who has melancholy will be able to see all the gaps in your logic. Will be able to see all of the flaws in your thinking to be able to give you the best recommendation. Especially when it comes to building a team, you may feel like, hey, it's my team, sure, but how well do you know how you can build it compared to your upline, compared to your mentor? Do they have more experience in helping you like build your team? And that is very important because without communicating with your upline, then you will learn for yourself that it's really hard to build it by yourself. You need to have multiple roles in it, things like that. And overall, I really recommend and implore that you guys take this seriously, because without this cardinal role, then our success journey will take much, much longer. Having that counseling session, that huddle with your upline, is one of the most valuable assets in your business, which can mean the difference between you going platinum in 10 years versus 5 or less than that. So your upline is somebody who really has your best interest at heart. And I recommend that you guys, send appreciation to your upline after this meeting as well for helping you navigate your decision throughout your life and your business too. And thank you so much, guys, for listening to my breakdown of these 3 cardinal rules. Next up, I want to bring up and welcome Daria to explain the last 3. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Can you guys give MK's a hand, guys? Really, thank you for explaining all 3. One thing is here is that one thing is here I want you guys to understand is that we don't want to create you guys a habit of like reporting, but instead of counseling, because the difference between reporting and counseling is that report, which is mean like you already done that and you come back, you report the result, you give the result out. But what is counsel is that you have the idea like, hey, A, B, C, D, and then you come to the one who has solution or they have the knowledge about it. And then you both of you guys sit down and then discuss about it and then come into one conclusion or solution. Because in here, we want to create more business owner, not boss and employee. Right. So I know you guys might maybe like confused, like, oh, why I have to do this, to that. So like, confused about it, like have to report everything. But at the end of the day, it's about the bigger picture is your growth, right? You're successful at the end of the day, because whatever we do, it's more like your benefit, not us. You're the one who holds 100%. Just us, we got only 6%, right? And then so I was gonna go through the last, 3 last of the cardinal rules. Here's the thing is that when it comes into this business, there are 2 things. Stop growing the business is first the confusion. The second thing is negativity. Okay, so I would love to go first. The fourth one is don't pass the negative to your X line, to your down line. Okay, so I know that people are gonna confuse about what a cross line, down line, and up line is gonna be looks like. So I'm gonna go over it a little bit. So up lines are the people above you in the line of sponsorship, some of which are your coaches and your mentor. And then downlines are the people in your team, like go down the line of sponsorship. So people under you in your organization, right? So crossline is the people who are not attached to you, but they are attached to your coach or mentor business. So here's the thing. Uplines have financial interest into you, but your downline is the one you have big investment, like interested into them, right? But crossline, crossline financial has no investing interested, and you don't even know who they are, what are they doing their business. So I know when people are gonna come to me like, why so bad to connect with crossline or even be their friend. Here's the thing, I don't stop you guys to be their friend or connect with them, but at the end of the day, it's about like, it's like a prevent, it's like, it like prevent measurement. It's because we want to protect your growth and your business. And so when you come into like this business, like when you're trying to gossiping or complaining or talking about the other people problems to the one who cannot fix that. So you do not have a net neutral effect. So you just hurt the mentor team because your cross line is also their downlines, right? So we are, honoring the team mentor team culture and respectful. So we don't try to associate with the cross line without the uplines there. Because here's the thing, guys. It's like your mom and your dad, right? Why they don't complaining negative stuff to you? Because they still look at you as a small kid. They cannot trust on you yet, right? Because you don't have like how to say, you don't have the right awareness about yourself. So you might not understand, okay, what is right, what is wrong to listen to. So like in this business, the same, right? When you are so new in the business, there's something people pass you negative with, an intentional that you don't know, but you take that as something personal and you just become so negative. So here's the thing. We just try to help people along the way to protect the business. We don't try to stop people making friends because you can still talk to them in free association. You can still talk to them in the chat with your uplines in there, with the common uplines in there. So I don't stop you guys to be friends, right? And then another thing is that there's some people trying to talk bad about someone's, like situation or issues without they being there. So which means that you're just, polluting the environment around. So here's the thing: when I first in the beginning in the business, and then I went around asking questions to my crush line. I didn't know I was new, and then I asked them, okay, how long you been to the business? And then my coach told me is that you should not ask that question. So I was like, why? Because I just want to know, like how long we've been here so I can measure their experiencing. But my mentor told me is that, yes, it's your good intention, but the way you ask it might be able to pass the negative. Because some people in here, what if they say so long so they don't have the result? The way you're asking is a little bit like pass negative indirectly way, right? So your intention is good, but intention with those skills is gonna collapse the whole entire relationship. You see that? So, when you go into free association, I rather you guys come to counsel with your coach first, what to ask, what to say with that person. And then especially when you have friends, you don't want people to talk behind your back, isn't it? So that's why is we want to create the different culture, what we have in here compared to the other, to the other environment out there, right? That's why we're so special because we stand for integrity, safety, and respect. Okay. And here's the thing is that some people tell me, oh, I just want to come to vent. I just want to come like show my emotional. What can I not just come to my friends or my crush line? But here's the thing, it's fine for you to doing that, okay? But you cannot complain with me at the end of the day. You cannot grow in yourself because what is the purpose of you just looking for look for people who sympathize to you or empathize, but instead of looking for a solution, right? So here's my advice for you guys that you should not ask everyone questions because they be able to give you opinions at the end of the day, right? And the first day we talk with you guys about who to listen to, isn't it? So in here when I ever looking for my solution, I'm come to the one who have that, which is my mentor and my coach. Okay. Or another example is like if you don't got if you guys go now, you guys use the product, if you guys don't like it. Oh, there was a time my crush line in this business and then she doesn't like the product. She just did that, without an intention, but she just passed indirect negative. So she's like, oh, I don't like this product. But here's the thing. You just lost a partnership. You just lost a check because if you tell that to your downline, what if the whole entire team duplicate with your with your mindset as well? See, so you just lost a lot of PV, right? Or some people like, I know you guys tired at the end of the day, working a lot, or maybe get some feedback from your uplines. But if I were you guys, when I go around, I'm still, trying to smile, trying to laugh a little bit because if you just look out and you're so sad, it's a bad day today, then you just indirect pass the negative to the one who are about to move forward. You see, because everything that you have today, the mindset or your subconsciousness you have today is everything created by your environment and your people hang around with. So think about what kind of environment you want to create for your business later on. Okay, next slide, please. The fifth one I want to talk about is don't try to embarrass other people, right? Your cross line, your upline, and your downline. Okay, so here's the thing is that your downline, okay, some people are trying to how to say like comparing themselves to other people to create that motivation. But if you put yourself in that position, will you like to be compared with other people or not? That's how you guys not creating the motivation, but you guys just de-edify. Okay, another part is that your cross line also your uplines sponsorship or your their team as well. So here's the thing is that sometimes why you guys trying to maybe so close, make some joke, or maybe like you guys cross the boundaries, you guys just indirectly just like maybe like messed up with their ego, messed up with the self-image. See? Or if the way that you guys going out, edify your uplines is also the way for you to show their leadership as well. Okay? Because here's the thing. Some people are trying to go around and then they really, low self-image about themselves, about their team, about, their business. That's also like you just talk to the other people like, hey, my upline sponsorship or my upline leadership is not working. Or sometimes if you go out there, right, and then you're trying to drop the message to other people, but the way you're not even confident to what you say, or you don't have the belief into that, you just de-edify Amway, you just de-edify BWW and Bubrit. See, so that's also like the part that maybe some of us we're not aware of what we're doing, what we're trying to say. Or when you go out, your friend, who the one who used to mock at you, and I say, hey, how's your business doing? But even though your business is not growing, but can you be so confident and then say, hey, my business is growing? Because if you're so low self-image, then you just prove to them that you know what I said to you, the business not work, it's not work. See, so that's whatever, you are the ambassador of your upline's leadership. So don't trying to maybe like so push down your life sponsorship or leadership, because here's the thing, what people look at is your spirit. They don't look at the way you say, but more like the spirit, the conviction that you deliver your messages. Okay. What the last point I would like to touch on is that don't mess up people's ego. Okay. I think this is the part that most of us maybe like mess up a lot, even myself too. But I think first of all, the number one ego that most of you guys mess up is your own ego. Why I say that is because you need to build up your self-image first. You need to build up yourself first before you go out build up people's self-image. Some people, even the way you speak about yourself is, I can see that you don't even have a healthy ego. Then why people have to follow you, right? So speak positive about yourself. Or sometimes like maybe like when we so close with our cross line, upline, downline, and then we just make some joke about the past, about their mistake before. That's also like you just pass like negative and then touch on the ego. One thing is that in here, the people that you can leverage the most is your cross line, because sometimes your team might not be able to listen to you. They're not even listen to your upline, but crossline says something, they're gonna listen to that, because that's how your crossline can observe more to your business. That's why at the end of the day, you should not mess up the whole entire relationship with that, right? Or sometimes like we're trying to make fun, we put a lot of fuel to fire, like the more the conversation going along the way, it's more even become like so big. But here's the thing that I want to conclusion, because we're out of time. So one thing I learned is that the leadership is about nurturing the seeds of growth in others. Okay, not just harvesting the fruits of success, but also creating an environment that thrives in progress. So whatever you said something before you speak it out, then you have to ask yourself: does it help your business grow and others benefit or not? Because here's the thing: this is a duplication business. So whatever you say, if you do one wrong thing, your downline is going to duplicate 10 times of that. You see? So there's a story that I want to end up before I end up this meeting, is that there are statistics about UPS trucks and UP Postal Service trucks. So US Postal Service trucks only last 2 years before they have to replace, and the UPS one lasts like around 5 years before they have to replace. So the UPS trucks clean their trucks every single day. But opposite to that, the US Postal Service trucks only clean once per week. So here's the thing: when you get somebody nice place to work with, they will look after it. They will take care of it every day. See, so this is something I call we should create a safety and healthy environment. You know what? It's true, is that leadership is that we have to take responsibility. But at the end of the day, you also can take responsibility to create that kind of environment and breaking it. Oh, you don't need that slide. So here's the thing: is that some people say, "Oh, I'm so small, I don't need to doing that." But here's the thing: culture is created from one person to 2 to 3 to 4. So I cannot create a good culture by myself. I need a lot of you guys in here to cooperate with that, because you guys that know there's a title say leader has no title. So even though whatever you do right now, without the team, it's going to determine the size of the team later on. So one question is that will you look at yourself as a leader too, and take that responsibility for the whole entire team later? See, so I don't know, is anything that MK want to wrap up to, or is that all my presentation for today?
So just to wrap up, guys, I do want to emphasize that when it comes to the mentality behind these cardinal rules, things happen too. Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we have slip ups, but we don't bear that onto you guys. We just want you guys to reflect on experiences so that you don't duplicate it again. And so whenever things do happen, accept it and open up whoever you're working with so that you can work towards a solution together. Right? Don't feel guilty. Don't feel like you destroyed the relationship, right? Because we're here to stay no matter what you do. We want you to, have the best type of future possible. So just as long as you know it was wrong, then you don't do it again. But here's the thing. The difference between somebody who is a winner versus somebody who plays to not lose is this. When somebody knows what the right thing to do, but they choose not to do it, that is what makes somebody who chooses to play to not lose. But somebody who's a winner is when you know what the right thing is and you do it regardless. Okay? So that's all we have for today, guys. And with that, we'll give it back to our amazing host, Marita.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, Darren, MK, for sharing us, these amazing rules, because I'm sure that, you guys should take notes, on these rules, because it's a very important rules that all of us have to follow, because this rule is not like BWU not just like create this rule for fun, it's a rule that created by experience by millionaires that they know that it's gonna help you, because I hope that you guys can follow these rules and grow your business and make sure don't affect other business as well. Yeah, so I don't want to keep you guys for too long, because we actually gonna have a second session, which we saved the best for last. So I'm gonna give you guys a break. You guys can eat or like take a rest and join back in 10 minutes. So see you guys in 10 minutes.
Thank you, host.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Marita.
And we don't even care about what they say, 'cause it's yeah, 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 blah, 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 blah. All we ever hear from you is blah, 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 all we ever hear from you is blah, blah, blah. So all we ever do is go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And we don't even care about bum, beep ba 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 da bum. To the rhythm of the beep ba 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 da bum, ba 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 da bum, beep ba 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 da bum, ba 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 da. To the rhythm of the beep ba 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 da bum, ba 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 da bum, beep ba 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 da bum. You got those pretty eyes in your head, you know it. You got me dancing in my bed, so let me show it. You are exactly what I want, kinda cool and kinda not. Wanna give myself to you, yeah. We're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head off the sunroof, I'm blasting out favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than the sunshine in my eyes. I got my head off the sunroof. You got me stuck on the thought of you. Yeah, we're driving down the freeway at night. I only got one thing in the back of my mind. I'm feeling like this might be my time to shine with you, with you, with you. I got my head off the sunroof, I'm blasting out favorite tunes. I only got one thing on my mind. You got me stuck on the thought of you. You're making me feel brand new. You're more than the sunshine in my eyes. I got my head off the sunroof. You got me stuck on the thought of you. I got my head off the sunroof. Staring at two different views on your window ledge. Coffee is going cold, it's like time froze. There you go, wishing, floating down, I wishing well. It's like I'm always causing problems, causing hell. I didn't mean to put you through this, I can tell. We cannot sweep this under the carpet, no. I hope that I can turn back the time to make it all alright for us. I promise to build a new world for us two, with you in the middle, with you in the middle, you in the middle, with you in the middle, you in the middle.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. Yes. You guys get anything to eat?
I haven't eaten.
Okay. Okay, welcome back, guys. So, I hope that you guys can digest the first session of the first session very well, because the next session today is actually very important. which is very important, which all you guys need. And also my favorite speaker too. So the next topic for tonight is actually the 9 core steps, because like these steps are actually followed by growing IBOs. And if you see any platinum, any emerald, any diamond, and any pin level, they all follow these steps. And because of they following these steps, that's why they can have the pin where they are today. So I hope that you guys pay very close attention and set yourself to success faster after you launch. Okay, so I want to help welcome this amazing lady. She is my idol since the beginning that I met her. Not only that she has the brain, but she also has the beauty too. So she has a very big team in San Jose, and I hope that you guys can learn a lot from her today. And can you please unmute and help me welcome Kwan to the stage?
Let's
You take your aim far away, far away.
Hello everyone. Can everyone hear me well? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes, we
Clear.
Okay, yeah, welcome back. Thank you, Marita, for hosting. Yeah, so hello, is everyone here yet? I saw some people. You still turn off the cam. See if you can. Maybe you turn on the cam. I want to see your beautiful faces. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So let's get back. So thank you for Daria and also MK and Nora, Sophie, right? A really important topic in our business, because those are the rules, right? If you can see that we are a people business, which is that you have to deal with people every single day. So those rules, if people they don't know how to use it, they don't know how to apply, that's how they mess up their business. So those rules are set up for you guys to protect yourself, also your own team, and the culture of the BWU. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about one of another topic. It's called 9 core step. Anyone here haven't, you have or haven't heard about it? Like maybe the follow-up candidates. Have you guys kind of know about this 9 core step before? Anyone? Okay.
Probably new.
Okay, seems like not much people know about it. So this is a really important one, because as you can see, so this whole meeting, right? Anything that you guys have been taught, the 3 powers, the 6 cardinal rules, and now I'm gonna teach you the 9 core step. So this success principle is established by the BWU mentorship program. Okay, it's nothing to do with Amway. Amway was just the supplier to provide you guys product and services, but how you guys gonna make it to your goal, which is platinum, emerald, or diamond, whatsoever, is gonna form the BWU mentorship system. Okay, so today I'll share with you more about it, so you get an idea of how come some people they can succeed faster than the other. Okay, so the mentorship we have is to guide you guys to grow your business, a long-term business. Okay, the rule that we shared earlier, or the step that I'm about to share with you guys, is to set up you guys for success for a long-term business, not a short-term business. So if you guys don't know, BWU has a 4-decade track record of helping people build a successful independent business. So along with, the mobile apps, the web resources that they have, the streaming audio, the BSM, right, or the book, the STO, and series of ongoing business seminar that you guys have joined. You have a team of people to help you every step of the way after you launch your business, right? So with the help of your upline mentor, you can work smart as you structure a team while working hard to establish your foundation for growth, for a self-growth, right? So in this business, you make money by what? Just 2 ways, which is launching people, expanding your team, and retailing, right? Selling products. So here are the core steps that have helped so many people succeed in this business, because they follow this step. It might look familiar with some IBO in here, but it's new for those who are still in the process or a new launch. So if you are an old IBO, today is a review day for you to check if you're doing what you're supposed to do or on track to your goals. And if you are new, I want you to highly pay attention to my talk, because if you get it, it will position you to a further starting point compared to other people. Okay, so let's take a look at it. We're gonna go one by one. Okay, so just go one by one with me. Don't have to try to take note everything and you miss my talk. Okay, just look at the first one. What does it say? It say that show the plan 3 to 5 times per week, right? So what does show the plan mean? So when you want to expand your business, what do you need? You need people, right? So when you finish the selection process, you already know why you're building an asset. So what do you need to expand a network in here? You need people. So why someone need this business? You must know your A/B list is very powerful. If anyone here don't know, A/B list is the people that you already know. They are in your network. It's not stranger. It's people who know, like your friends, your family. You know why? Because the trust is already established, right? So of course, not all of your A/B list, the people that you know, will have that interest to join the business. But sometimes through your A/B list, you can find people in their A/B list too, which is people of people network, right? So for my when I first joined the business, my first 2 organization, I launched my friends, people that I know before, even though they're not here anymore, but they lead me to find people in the network, which is my front line right now. So sometimes when you look at the people that don't prejudge anyone. Whether the person is looking or not looking, it's not something that you can control, right? So the only thing that you can control is to show the plan to them, show the business plan to them. Of course, if you're new, you have to work with your coach, right? So your goal has to match with your action, because no one goes platinum with an empty calendar. So if right now, if I check your calendar and I don't see any time that you book, to sit down to talk with someone about your business, then I guess you're not going platinum, or you're not expanding your business anytime soon, right? So when you hit 5 plans per week, don't stop there. It's just the bare minimum, right? If the last 5 plans, people didn't move on, don't stop there. You cannot use the last 5 people to determine that if the next 5 are looking or not, right? So the business requires your discipline, not your intensity. You have to stay consistent. I would rather work with someone who going out to show 3 to 5 plans every week, but they do it for the whole year, than someone who show like 10 plans that week and they give a pause. They skip for like the next 2-3 months. That's not how business works, right? So if you can work 5 days per week for your job, you can also do 5 plans per week for your business, right? So that's the first one. If you want to expand your business, after that, you have to sit down with your coach to have a game plan of how can you be able to show 3 to 5 plans every single week. Okay, so it's gonna be around how many? 20, 10 to 20. Okay, so the next one, if you go to the next slide. So after you're looking for people to expand your business, then what? Now is your products, right? Monthly personal use. So the team stands 50 PV, So I always place my order on the first day of the month. I finish my deal because I'm the root, I'm the foundation for my business. I'm the first customer for my business. So this is the standard that I set for myself, whether I have a team or I don't have a team. If I'm not the one who excited about my business, then who will? Right? So you are the first customer for your own business before you expect anyone to really excited about what you're doing. So it's easier to promote when you actually use the product yourself, right? But if you don't use it, you go out, you talk, you don't have that belief. You don't have that confidence when you share about your own products or your business. So what you use and you put in your body is important too. I love how Amway, they educate us about the product too, because if you go to the website, there's the education tab, right? Or if you go to the website, they show you clearly about the cost per use, and they have so many demo up there for you to see the products, and they have sample too. So I make a commitment when I just launched that I will never buy anything at the store before I check it into my business. So if Amway has something, I'm gonna go buy it. If I need something that Amway don't have it, then okay, I'm gonna go out to buy it like somewhere else. But if not, then I'll support my business first, right? Because if I'm going out to buy product from like, let's say Costco, Target, the thing is that it might be cheaper. Not sure about the quality yet. I'm just talking about the price. Okay, it might be cheaper. But guess what? I'm just spending money and I'm investing money for someone else's business, someone else's asset, not mine, right? But if I put money into my business, okay, it might be more expensive product. But guess what? That's called investing, because this business is all about duplication, right? You cannot tell your team to do something that you don't do. So I love Amway because they have such a diverse product selection for us. They have multiple line of products. They are daily consumable products, right? And they are high quality. And I'm passionate about my own product because I'm an ambassador. I'm a representative. People look at me and they have to ask like what kind of skincare that you use, right? What kind of makeup that you use, what kind of vitamin that my parent use. So that's what you want to do. You are the best promotion for your own business if you actually use your own products, right? So go to the next slide. The third way, the third step, third step is what? Now, after you use the product, you're gonna try to develop some customer with at least, maybe 50 PV per month. So there is something called VCS, which is verified customer self. Amway stated that, in your total PV, it has to be around 70% VCS, which is, what that means is that it tells you right away that Amway is not a pyramid scheme, because they require you 70% of your total revenue has to come from your customer, right? So it doesn't, they're not telling you to make a minimum order or anything, right? They want you to actually selling the real products, not just like signing up people in. So how to know if you have a business? If you look at any business out there, how to know if someone has a business? They must have sales, right? There is no business out there that don't have any sales. There's no business until a sale happens. So you gotta learn how to register your customer with an account, with a specific phone number to have a verified customer sale. So this is something that your sponsor or your upline will provide you more information. But you gotta sit down with your coach to set a goal for PV every month, which is your revenue every month, right? You set a goal of how many new customer that you want to have for this new month. Because people who not interested in this business, they can become your customer too, if you don't know, right? Some people, they don't want to open the business, but it doesn't mean that they don't want to support you as a friend, as a family member or something. So if they don't support your business, they still need to go out there. They support someone else's business. They still need to go out there to buy product from different stores. So what about your store, right? You gotta learn how to promote about it. So people tell me that, but I'm not sure if I can sell products because I never have a background in selling. I never have an experience in it. Let me tell you, you know how to sell. Don't tell me that you don't know how to sell, because if you already have a resume, you know how to sell your skill set. You know how to sell your degree, right? So if you have a resume, you already know how to sell. So welcome to the sell industry. Now you just learn how to do it with your own product and services, okay? So how do you make sell? You first start switching your mindset from selling to helping people. The reason why you don't like selling, because maybe you used to have bad experience before. Someone come to you and they force sell, or they try to convince you to buy something that you think you don't need, right? So that's why you feel annoying. But now it's not about selling, it's about helping people. Because imagine, how can you get someone money if you cannot provide the product and services? Just look at any big company out there. The reason why Apple is a big company, the reason why Tesla, Uber, Airbnb, those companies, why it's getting bigger, globally, worldwide, is because the product and the services that they create is actually help a lot of people. A lot of people need their product and services, right? But if you create just like another clothing brands, or just another restaurant, you can see the impact that you make to the community is really small. That's why your revenue is less than those big companies. So the thing in here is that you have to really sit down to think about it, like why you're so afraid of selling. Is it because you're afraid of rejection? How do your product and services, you have to think in that way. How do your product and services can address someone concern or address someone fear, right? Someone problem. How does this solve problems for people? How does it make a positive difference? Something like that. So ask questions to develop your customer and find out like, oh, what people need, what is their concern. So you take a look into your store to see like, is there any product or anything that I can provide, I can offer for this person, right? I used to read in the book and it said that an effective sale are about finding a perceived need and helping someone to fulfill it. You know, I think this is a definition that many people, they don't understand. Because if the customer, they doesn't perceive the need, there is no need, right? It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that your vitamin is bad too. Let's say you go to me and, you know, I'm telling you that, oh, I've been using water my whole life. I never use skincare. So does that mean that your skincare product is bad? No. You know, it just means that I don't need it, right? But some people, they take the no, the rejection, very personal. And they go home and feel bad about it, you know? So you have to learn how to overcome your fear. So the thing is that you have to develop customer by know how to talk with them, follow up with your customer, show your care. That's how you establish loyal customer. That is the difference between our direct selling model compared to Costco or Walmart. Because when people go to the store out there is no one asking them, you know, recommend them stuff, refer them, this thing or that thing, or really ask them like, how is the product work for you after every 2-3 weeks, right? But in here, we have that services, right? We are the ambassador of we are the ambassador of Nutrilite. So we sell products. We actually follow up to see like, how has it been for people? Is it work or not? And Amway actually have 180 days of satisfaction guarantee, which is if your customer don't satisfy with a product, they feel free to contact you and give them a refund. So you can pick for them another product that work for them better, right? So they come back to you, not just because of the product itself, but the relationship that you develop with them. So you have to ask them how they prefer in communication. Check on them like here and there after 1 week or after 2 weeks that they start using your product. And maybe at the end, if they really like you, what do? You ask for referral, right? You get access to their network, okay? So first you have to educate yourself about the product, and you have to know a little bit, study about the product a little bit. So when you go out, you talk with people ask you something, you know why your product is number one, you know, because Amway product is very concentrated. You teach people how to use it. You know, sometimes people they only look at the price. They don't look at the values. You have to understand the consumer mindset and show them that, hey, this is the cost per use. You know, actually one pump is only, you know, how many cents, you know, so if you compare it with other products out there, it's pretty much the same price. So that's something that you have to be able to explain as an IBO, right? So one advice for you I can give you is that one best buyer can be worth 100 times, you know, an average one. Sometimes you don't need to find a lot of customer. You can have only a few, but it's quality one. You know, I have only like, I think 5-6 loyal customer right now, and they have been with for more a year or, you know, so every time they order like 100 to 200 or 300 PV and above, right? So it's equivalent to how many? Like 5-6 people order 50 PV. So first you use your product, you're confident about it, so you start sharing them, you know, and you have to go through a little bit of people saying no to you. You know, some people, they reject your product, some people, they compare your product, those things like that. So you can learn, you know, to know how to deal with rejection, to know how to handle objection, question from people about your products. And after that, you're gonna find the one that willing to buy your product. So you have to go through maybe, you know, 10, 20 people say no to find one yes. But it's worth it, you know, because that person, they're willing to buy, let's say 100 or 200 PV, right? So that's a mentality that you should have as a business owner. When you open your own restaurant and people don't like your meal or people don't like your food, you're not gonna close it the next day, right? So the same thing here, you cannot just close your business because someone say no to you, right? So now, if you take a look at this, you can see the first 3 steps that I've been sharing with you is about building an asset, right? Expanding your business and moving product. So now I'm gonna talk about the other 6. So the rest 6 step is you build yourself. As you build yourself, you will be more efficient to build the asset, right? Bill Pritt, he always talk about how can we remove negativity from our mind. We can only add more positive to dilute the negative out, but we cannot really remove the negative. If someone listen to his talk, right, about Vern or about different talk, he always been talking about that, how to change people mindset, right? So now I'm gonna talk about the habit. This habit to transition yourself from someone who just, a normal partners to become someone who really honoring the partnership. So when you launch, you make a verbal commitment to the partnership, right? But when you honor the partnership, you display the commitment to that partnership. There is the difference of someone who just say things and someone who do. Okay, so your commitment is a result of the choice that you make every single day. So now let's talk about the fourth step. What is it? Read daily, right? Read daily at least 15 minutes. Subscribe to Book of the Month. So what is it? The first way for you to really start the habit and really remove your old mindset and change it to the new mindset, which is a business owner mindset, is you have to start reading, okay? Around 15 to 30 minutes per day. It depends on you. When I say like that, it doesn't mean that when you read 30 minutes and you want to read more, you stop there. No, don't be that robotic. If you want to read more, just go read more. But why I talk about this one? Because there is a saying that you will be the same person in 5 years as you are today, except for the people that you meet and the books that you read. Okay? So you improve your self-confidence when you have knowledge, when you know what you're doing, leaders or readers, right? So most people, they stop reading when they hit around 20 to 23 after they graduate. They never pick up a book again in their life. And it's so sad for me to see that how people, they carry that same old mindset every single day for the rest of their life. So some people, they tell me that when I walk into an entrepreneurship journey and they ask me that, why people have to keep buying book, like I think it's expensive, I don't have money for this and that. But to be honest with you, compared to a $200 textbook in school, I think a $20 book here can change your life. The value of it is not just about a $20 books or a $30 books, but it takes someone to really fail multiple times, to go through tough time, to collect story, to share it with you, and you just sit at home and you read it. So this is already cheating, right? Because the author of any book that people have been giving out for you throughout the process, they have failed multiple startups and they have been, going out there, do crazy things so they can create like big business, so they can really become a millionaire, and now you just stay home, read all the experience, and say it's expensive. You actually learn a 30 to 40 year of experience of a successful person if you don't know. So sometimes reading is also help you to solve your own problem too. When you read it, you will find yourself, in a chapter in a book. I don't know, maybe just one page of a book can really change your mind. You will find yourself in some chapter of the book for sure. So if you find reading is boring, it's because you don't have a goal. You don't know a purpose why you have to read. You don't need that information, so you don't see why people have to spend time reading it. But trust me, when you go out talk with people, people will know right away if you read or not, because it's gonna show through the way that you talk. It's gonna show through the knowledge, that you share out with people. People will know if you're confident about your business. People will know if you're knowledgeable or not, right? They know if you understand your business or not. So just try. Don't read about 3 months and go out talk with people. There's so many times that you will get frozen because people are gonna ask you questions that you don't know how to explain, right? So that's the fourth way. Okay, the fifth way is, beside reading, there is something called listening to audio, right? So next slide, listen to BSM audio. So in here we have something called, this is Book of the Month, yeah. So now we talk about the fifth step is listening to BSM, right? In here we have something called BSM, which is stand for Business Streaming Media. So we have an app. It's kind of like Spotify, if you guys know, right? So it's basically like a subscription. because but in BSM the thing is they're not gonna have the celebrity that you like. They don't have Justin Bieber, they don't have Ariana Grande or something, but they have all the diamond talk in there, so who you are today is gonna be shaped up by who you listen to every single day and who you hang around with. I feel like I hang around with the top leaders, a millionaire, because I listen to them every day. I listen 2 to 3 talks per day, maybe when I'm driving or maybe when I'm going to work, I'm gonna put on my headphone and I listen to it, right? People out there, they have to pay a lot of money just to sit down to talk with a mentor. If you don't know, they have to pay like a couple $1,000 to talk with someone who succeed in the field that they want. Or sometimes they need to have connection to really sit down to talk with someone just 20 to 30 minutes about that person experience, right? So think about it. When is the last time that you really see face to face or shake hand with a millionaire? And they're willing to share with you a secret to their success. When was the last time? I don't think you have any chance to really do it in reality, right? So the speaker in the BSM is not going to share with you general stuff. Those success principles you watch on YouTube, you can watch it 1,000 videos like that, but let me see if you can open a business, because it's not applicable. You're getting motivated by those videos. You're getting hyped by those YouTubers. But then at the end, I don't see anyone who actually becomes successful after watching those videos, right? But in here, we have BSM, because in this BSM app, there's only Emerald and above level, can have the talk in here, right? Which is people who really big, they have business, they have 200, 300 or 1,000 people in their team, and they already have years of experience on how to build people up, right? So they will tell you what it takes to succeed in this business and specifically in this Amway business. So after I start switching from listening to music to listening to BSM, it's become my friend. The more story that I really listen, the more people I can relate to. And when I'm going out networking, I can relate to people with different background, different ethnicity, because I listen to many success stories of people who like diamond and above, right? So they have different categories. In this BSM app, there's like a motivation tab, there's a teaching, there's a leadership, there's the techniques. Anything that you need to know about your business will be in here, right? So ask your uplines, your sponsor, to show you about this app. Ask them to send you a few talks for you to listen and to see if it's worth it. Because after I launch my business, every single day, 2-3 talks like that. That's how I have a really fast success after I launch my business, because I know what I'm doing. I have a strong belief, and no one can tell me that this is a scam, or no one can tell me that I cannot do it, right? Yeah. So next one. So that's about listening, right? And also we have a bit of UPU technology, right? So you need this tool to really connect with people. This tool make it easy for you to duplicate your business, because no matter what background or ethnicity that you come from, you will see you can succeed in the business by listening to those talk and video. So is that true that you need to really systemize your business to scale that up, right? So getting everyone in your team to use the same tool, which is the BSM, which is the book of the month. You know how to set up your business, and that's how you know how to create a duplication. That's how you get yourself educated when your upline is busy. That's how you get your team to be educated when you are busy. If you want to build like a huge business, but you don't know how to lay out like a proper foundation. So when someone speaks, we know right away if the person is read or not, if the person is listen every single day or not. The way that they speak gonna be different. The word they use, the thing that they say is different. So it's pretty much a reflection of their mindset, right? So I don't want to limit my business by my mindset only. I want to keep upgrading my mindset. So I'm gonna try to catch up with my mentor mindset, my upline mindset, by listening to more BSM if it's necessary for me. I want to find the answer for all the questions that I have, because sometimes, let's say my upline is busy. I cannot keep depend on them to tell me what to do with my business. So I need resources. So the BSM app and the book of the month gonna be a resources for you right? It's unlimited bundle, so it's gonna help you out a lot. So I believe everyone, they knows the importance and a life changing of an investment could be. But sometimes people, they might have budget problem, or they're afraid to take risks. People, they're afraid to take action. So sometimes I think they use the money excuse to really let themselves off the hook, because at the end, where did it led you to? If you keep afraid to take risks, if you keep afraid to really invest money to educate yourself, at the end, you go nowhere, absolutely nowhere. So I know some of you are college student and you have a tight budget. I used to be, right? But instead of you making the money excuse, I think you should ask yourself, like, how can I make enough money to invest in these courses, or to invest in this, knowledge, so I can take action as soon as possible, right? Because if your parent willing to make a really big investment for you to really go to school for more than 16, 17 years for you to get that bachelor degree or that master degree, I don't think that you can be that cheap to not willing to invest into your own mind to build up a business that can free you for the rest of your life, right? So that's the 6th one. So let's talk about the 7th one. If you go to the next step, it's about the association. So as you can to join the selection process until now, every single week we're gonna have association, right? We're gonna have meeting. Why do you think that we have to attend meetings every day? It's kind of like school, or it's kind of like army. People who want to be more disciplined, they're gonna go to army, right? People who, parents, they're busy, so guess what, they put it in school, right? So how people know if you on track, you getting educated, they have to take attendance. But the thing in here is that we are not your boss, we are not your professor. Between us, there is no boss and employee relationship. Between us is a business partner, relationship. So which means that I have no power over you, your sponsor have no power over you, and the other way around. So the only way for you to get educated, and the only way for you to really stay in touch with the association, with the connection that you have in here, is that there is the meeting, there's the association that we have for you to join, right? So if you hang around with people who are healthy, it will start making you feel like, oh, I want to be healthy too, right? You get around people who have a greater dream, you want to have a bigger dream too. So every time I come to the association, I reset myself. I feel really refreshed, because how can you stay warm if you stay so far from the fire? You gotta stay closer to the fire, right? So when I hang around with people who know more thinking, guess what? Everything they said almost makes sense. When you hang around with no more thinking people enough, everything they said almost makes sense to you. So if you want to really change your life, your mind, you better hang around with people who value the business, who value freedom more, not security, not mediocre life, who value freedom, who value, abundance, not limitation, right? Who stand for the value that you want to have, who speak the thing that you want to put into your mind. Because sometimes a friend can tell you what you want to hear, but a mentor will tell you what you need to hear. Right? This is a really something really important for me, because I think that when people, they join a business, they have that problem of, oh, sometimes is that okay if I don't join the meetings and I don't join this conference? Yeah, you can stay at home. There's no one have a right or have a power to tell you to join a meeting. But at the end, I think you the only one who really make a bad choice for your business. Because I remember back then when I first joined a business and attend a few meetings, I have this question. I don't know if you guys have it in your mind, but I have this question, like, how come, I heard this topic already? How come I saw this presentation already? It's kind of look like the last one. It's pretty much repetitive. I have those thoughts in my mind. I don't know why I have to keep joining meeting. I don't know why I have to keep reread or re-listen to all of this. But later on, you know what I found out? I found out that the talk wasn't repeated. It was me staying the same. That's why I thought it was repetitive, because I didn't learn much. So have you ever been to a seminar, or you listen to an audio or read a book that promised you a life transforming result in like 90 days or less? If you watch some YouTube video, it say like, if you do it for 2 weeks, you're gonna get 6 packs or something, right? But it didn't happen. You didn't transform your life, or you didn't change your body or anything. So the problem it's not about a video, it's about you. Right? We have a tendency to say that, that book or that audio, that program, that seminar didn't work. But no, it wasn't the material that didn't work. It's you didn't do the work. It's not about what you learn or what you know. It's about what you do with what you learn and know. Right? So after I realized that, I need to apply. I need to do more work. I need to fail. I need to make mistake. So I can really unplug more knowledge in the same talk, that same meeting, that same book. Now, every time I come to meeting, it's maybe the same talk or the same content, but I got something totally different every time. And certainly it was because I was different. I was dealing with different issues. I was facing a different challenges in each time that I come to meeting. I was at a different level of my personal growth each time. So that's why I feel excited to come. But if you stay the same, you didn't do anything. That's why you don't feel excited to come to meet people and to learn. So that's about association. So when you go to I think the next one is about counsel and communication daily with your coach and your mentor. Is the eighth one, not the last one. It's about counsel and communication. Okay. So I want you to understand this. There is a big difference between having a mentor and being mentor. Okay? Because once again, Amway is just basically a platform for you to build your business. But it's all due to the people behind who back you up, who teach you how to lead your business, how to lead people properly, who teach you leadership. Because people, they misunderstand that, when I finish the certain process, it's done. But to be honest with you, it's just the beginning. You haven't done anything. You basically just been studying your whole process. You haven't done anything. Since you're not earning an offer to Amway, you earning an offer to our mentorship. People, they're gonna take time from their families, from the things that they want to do, to really put time to invest in you. Our time, our expertise, our knowledge, sometimes even money, they're willing to fly, to drive to see you, right? So again, your friend might tell you what you want to hear, which is the people you comfortable hang around. But then you need to hang around with your mentor because they tell you what you need to hear to grow your business. And sometimes it's not comfortable to listen, but you have to if you want to grow your business, because if you want to grow, you better be out your comfort zone. If right now you still feel comfortable, you're not growing. Okay? It's like going to gym. If you don't feel sore, your muscle is not growing, right? So sometimes you apply, they give you quality time, not quantity time, right? I would rather talk with my mentor, maybe just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But I think that it's more valuable than talking with my friend about gossip about someone or about the past, like nothing for hours. For what? So it's essential for you, again, to surround yourself with people who you want to become. Okay? So some people ask me, like, how much is the mentorship in here? To be honest, it doesn't cost you money. You know what it costs you? It costs you your success. How much is the mentorship in here? Let me repeat. It costs you your success. The greatest thing that you can do to really pay back your coach or your mentor in here is you succeed. You make money. That's how they make money. So you have to be the one who take initiative to text, to call your coach. Don't wait for them to call you. Don't wait for them to text you. They have the knowledge you need. You don't have the knowledge that they need. So I value their opinion because they are my coach, not my boss. Their opinion and their advice are important to me because they are guiding me to win this game. And they have studied this game. And they have the mindset to succeed in here. And they have things that I want. So if you don't want to win this game, that's how you don't go ask. That's how you're being passive, right? So the last step is grow with integrity and accountability. Okay? So the last step is accountability. So accountability is basically a skill set that you can teach for yourself. So in here we have something called 30-day, 90-day current. Some people know about it. right? So the habit that we create, the habit that I've been talking about, is for you to protect you from the outside world. Why do I say that? The habit in here, it will help you to build up, your knowledge, your mindset, and your skill set, your belief, for you to speak right, for you to act right, for you to lead right. The reason why we take someone through the whole process is we want to check their accountability at the end of the day. You gotta hold yourself up to a higher standard. You cannot just, you cannot just have anyone want to join your team. No, right now, if you open your business, don't you want to have your own standard? If someone tell you that, hey, I'm gonna finish the book, but at that time, they cannot finish it, but they don't give you even a text or they don't communicate with you. I don't think that I want to partner with that person, okay? And if I set the appointment to meet with you at that day and that time and you don't show up and you don't even communicate or give me a text again, I don't think I want to partner with you because you're not accountable. I cannot trust your word, right? So I'm accountable because I want to have an accountable team. You gotta do what you say and you gotta say what you do. When you don't do what you should do, I think it's not an issue of people who have, lack of discipline or something. It's an issue of character. Because that's something you're supposed to do and you don't do it. It's a problem, something wrong with your character. So when you don't uphold a commitment to yourself, you don't do what you say you will do, you actually lose trust in yourself over time, right? So the first thing is that you have to sit down with your coach to really create that strategy on what you need to work on and what book, what audio you need to read or listen for you to launch in the next 30 days or in the next 60 days. I don't know. What is the plan you gotta do to really reach your goals in the next 30 days? What is the day we should, every week, maybe HPH, which is counsel, talk about your mistake, talk about your growth, ask your upline, is there any feedback you want to give me? Yeah, so that's what I mean by accountability, right? So in conclusion, when you take a look into this 9 step, the first 3 steps is to build your asset, right? The 6th step, the last 6 step is what? To build yourself, to build your mindset and your character. Right? So as you build yourself up, you will be more efficient to build your asset. So this step is to provide you a proper practice, to give you a proper performance to see the result. So many people, they focus on the result without the proper performance. That's not what you want to do. Practice make permanent, not perfect, right? So the mentality I want you to have is this habit are not like a checkbox. It's not about what I have to do, but about what I can do for my business to grow, right? You walk in here and you want to become a business owner. You cannot keep your employee mindset. This is not like going to a job or school that you need a checkbox to see like what you have done. No, you have to do whatever it takes for your business to grow. You develop the business owner mentality. Only an employee needs someone to assign a task to do because business owner, they make decision on what they need to do. Right? So not everything in this business is mandatory. It's all optional. What I've been sharing is optional. If right now you don't want to do it, it's fine. Nothing we can do about it. Right? So the step that our upline show us right here is the step that they did to succeed. So if you want to become successful, you do the same thing. Can you go back to the last slide? So it's up to you to follow the footstep right here to be where your upline, your coaches, or your mentor is. Right? So your mentor, they can only show you how to succeed. They can only teach you, guide you what to do, but they cannot build a business for you. They help you to build a business, but you gotta build your business, So in the end, people will do what they see, not what you say. So whatever you want to set up for your team, what kind of standard, you have to do it first. You don't say, you do it. You want to set the right example. You want to be an honoring person before being an honoring partner, right? So the business right here does not work until you make it work. So if you want to know the business work or not, make sure you do this 9 core steps before you complain about how come I don't see any result. Some people are so funny. They come to me and they're like, how come I don't see any result? But then the thing is, they haven't done all this stuff. They haven't grown themselves. They haven't put into action to really make money to expand their business yet. So in the end, the fundamentals of success are simple and easy, right? But do you know what is hard? It's getting yourself to stick with this habit. You can do it one day, but can you do it every single day? Do you know why? Because people, they found out attending meeting it's easy, right? But it's also easy not to do. It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. Reading is the same. Open the book is easy. Reading is easy, but it's also easy not to do. So it's gonna be your decision, your choice at the end of the day if you want to do it or not. So you can speak 1,000 of goal, but your action will reveal your commitment. If you're not sure if you can succeed in here, yeah, I'm not sure too. Because if you don't do this step, I'm not sure if you can succeed. Let me be straightforward. You know where your insecurity come from? It's come from your lack of habits. So you can teach people what you know, but you duplicate who you are. Your team will duplicate exactly what you do, not what you say. Right? It's the same thing happen with your parents, or you going to school. You see your professor do something, or you see your parents do something. You try to duplicate the same thing as a child, right? And now you grow up, you don't even know why you do it, but you've been doing it. So the same thing here. When you set up your business, do you want your team to really see, you reading book? Do you really want to see people going out there doing the work or staying at home? So you make a decision, right? So next slide. So that is the 9 core step. Hopefully that I'm going really slow. I'm going one by one so you guys can take notes. So now I'm talking about it, which is the phase ABCD. It's kind of like a roadmap, right? Of course, I cannot go in depth because I don't work with you directly. I know there's a lot of candidates in here, so you have to sit down with your coach to really have a game plan and talk more about this, more details, right? But what is this? This is a phase ABCD, which is, when you go to school, there's also like a 4 years game plan or something, right? So you know exactly when you graduate. So the same thing in here. We have a roadmap to show you how to get to your goals, how to have the achievement that you want. So if you want to have a passive income that is stable and long lasting, it might take a while for you to build up that system, that asset. So in here, we're building up a network, right? So it just makes sense for me how I need to spend some time to develop some skill set and some mindset to work with people, because we are in a people business. I don't come in here with the expectation that I'm gonna get rich quick or get quick result. It's like a building. The higher that you want to build, the stronger the foundation has to be, right? So in here, let's take a look at a picture. It has the phase ABCD, right? So the first phase is launch. So which is after you finish the process, you launch. So it's all about excitement, right? You're gonna start doing the habits, some of the habit that I showed you earlier. So after you launch, you're gonna start be familiar with, books, audio, meeting, association, talking with your upline, knowing how to work with your upline. Then after that, you're moving to a next phase. It's called phase B, which is now you become a honoring partnership, core IBO, right? So in here, your mindset start to shape up. And your motivation in here, you have to start develop your why. You clarify why you want to build this business, right? And the next phase, we call it phase C, which is a committed. Now people in phase C, they usually have a team already, so they start become a coach, right? So in here, you don't need to have a strong mindset, but in here, you not only need to have a strong mindset, but you need a really good skill set, because now you know how to duplicate it down to people below you, right? So the next phase is phase D, which is financial independent, which is when people, they hit platinum and above, right? They have a result, they have a goal that they maybe can retire themselves, or, they can retire one source of income in their family. So just an idea, but this is a time commitment craft that I want to show you guys. That at the beginning, you might have to put a little bit of time in to really shape up your skill set and your mindset. And you see the yellow line, it say that if your skill set need improvement, you need extra 5 hours. So let's say when I started this business, I didn't have a skill set of like working with people, talking with people. No, I was a really introvert person, So anyone who's introvert here, it's super hard for me to really staying like this and talking with you guys for, more than even 10, 15 minutes. I barely can do eye contact back then. So the problem is I have to practice all that, something that people, maybe you guys were more extrovert, you don't have to deal with problem like that, but I have to, right? Or let's say some people, they move here as immigrant or they are international student. They wasn't born with English as a primary language, right? So they have to practice that too. So the thing is, if you need more time for your skill set, you have to know that, okay, I'm gonna have to commit more time, because you cannot compare with other people that, oh, why that people go so fast, I'm go slow. I mean, you didn't know that their starting point is different. Your starting point is different, so don't compare, you know? So along the way, you know, when you start your business, the thing is, you might have distraction. You might have diversion. You might have opportunity to get you off track as you launch your business. So please don't count the time that you are not doing this habit as you are building business. I saw some people really funny. They tell me that, oh my gosh, I've been building my business for like, you know, a month, 2 months. I don't see any result. But if I really ask them, really? You build a business for a whole month? No, you don't. You go to school, you having your job, you have family responsibility. You only build business only maybe 1 or 2 hours, not really focus every day. How can you say that you build your business a whole month? You know, so be very clear on that, because you might have distraction, you have downtime. So don't count that time as the time that you build your business, because no, the action is not really connect to creating a result, making money in here, right? So if you look at the cycle that I put on the right, it's what gonna be happen. What will happen? Definitely gonna happen. It's gonna be a loop that keep repeat when you start doing the work. You have to go out to do, and you fail multiple times, you redo it until you master at it, until you succeed, right? And in the process of doing that, you will realize that, oh, this is my limit point, this is my motivation, this is my skill set, etc., right? So the cool thing is that the process will be faster in here. You know why? Because you have the mentorship. Out there, some people, they give up along the way, right? Because they don't have mentorship, no one guide them. And in here, let's say if you just need to make 5 mistakes and you have a mentor come to tell you, point out the problem, the lesson, out there, you need to fail 10 times to really learn a mistake, to really learn a lesson, right? So there's someone in here who willing to point out problem for you, give you feedback so you can realize stuff faster, which is your upline, which is your coach, your mentor, right? But then the thing is, don't let your learning lead to knowledge only. You have to let it lead to action so you can become wealthy. Because if you keep reading every day, I'm not guarantee you're gonna be successful. But if you read and you go out, you apply the knowledge that you just read, then yeah, there's a higher chance that you might create result. So you gotta be balanced between mindset and skill set. Mindset is what? It's when you hang around with the association, you read the book, you listen to the audio. But skill set is require you to go out do the work. So what is the best way of learning? It's doing. The more you do, the more you learn. You cannot just learn by staying at home and read the book. Okay. So next slide. So this is about time commitment, but now this is work commitment, right? So if you take a look at this, you can see again the phase ABCD, right? The first phase is you fixing your condition. So before you launch, guess what? People in here gonna help you to fix your condition, because you cannot build a business with a bad budget, with a bad schedule. You know, you need to clear up your schedule. Maybe you need to find a job making some active income first before you can make passive income, because you need to invest in your business first, right? And then what else? Schedule. You know, you need to make time for your business, because there is no way that you telling me that I want to become financially free, but then your time keep going to building up your boss asset or building up someone else asset. It doesn't make sense to me. If you want to have freedom, you better make time to build it, because freedom is not free, right? So first, you're fixing your attitude, you change your mindset, you learn how to work with your upline, you learn how to get feedback, and build up your self-image. You comfortable, start being comfortable with an ideal life. What do I mean by an ideal life? Which is doing the habits, right? Start being comfortable with it. Then when you move to the next phase, what is it? You start doing the work that building your business, which is the first and the second, the third step that I said earlier. You know, showing the plan to people, personal use products, what else? Retailing, you know, 50 PV every single month. So now you're putting in more work than just reading or listening. No, you're now building your business, putting in the work like conduct MG1, MG2. You know, this is something that your coach will show you more, which is what we call a meet and greet one. when we sit down with people to share with them about our business, right? And retailing, your condition better be still good, stable, right? And the last thing is now you have to build up your foundation. You know, at this stage, there's no longer what is it? I have problem with my self-image, or I don't know how to manage time, or I mess up with budgeting. No, at this stage, you know how to deal with all of that. Your condition, your self-image, your belief, you know how to get feedback, you know, and all that stuff, right? And the next phase is what we call committed. Again, so right here, you're gonna start having a team, right? And the team require you to have some leadership, to know how to maintain it, to know how to expand it, right? So then, right now, people gonna measure your work ethic. We not just, at this stage, you start learning how to master those skill set of showing the plan and sharing about products already, right? So now it's required you to put in the work ethic and start learning leadership, building up your team, teach people in your team to do the same thing. And you need to have a core 150 PV, right? Which is right now you have a standard for your team, how much revenue you want to generate every single month. And you need to build up foundation for yourself and for your own team, right? And the last stage is what? Phase D, build your leadership. So right now, after you reach platinum or a certain level and above, you learn how to build up your own leadership in your team. Now you teach people under you how to go to the same level with you, how to hit platinum like you, or how to hit BBI like you, right? So after this phase, right now you teach people to become successful like you. You don't just try to become successful by yourself anymore, right? So this is the whole phase ABCD. That about work commitment is shown above, that for you to see, like monthly appointment. You might need around 1 appointment at first, you know, but phase B, you might start being more consistent with more plans, which is 5 and above. Then phase C is when you master showing the plan, master retailing. Then you're gonna show around 10 and above MG1 per month, right? So the structure is that along the way, your structure will grow, right? So 1 by 1 mean that only you and yourself, right? But 2 by 3 is mean that you have 2 organizations and a total of 3 members in the team. And 3 by 5 mean that you have 3 legs, 3 organizations with 5 people in the team and above, right? So this is just a suggested structure. So you have to sit down with your coach to really explain for you more about this. But this is the work commitment that we break down for you to have an idea where you at right now after you launch your business. So next slide, the last slide. This is more detail. It's a personal growth phases, right? So when you're new launch, we're gonna go through all of that for you guys. Web tour, budgeting, Dido, start seeing that how many PV that you can make per month, you know, and doing the 30-day quarantine for you to be more disciplined with the habit, DTM. And then in phase A, you will be familiar with these 4 habits. So we believe that after 30 days, people will start being used with this habit. You know, I want you to start reading and listen every day. It's like how you brush your teeth without thinking every morning, right? And in phase B, now you start not just doing the habit, but you put in the work of doing a core 150 PV. And then you have, Convo doing MG1, which is showing the plan to people. And then in phase C is when you're building up your network. It's right now you're doing more work. You don't just doing 4 or 5 MG1, you're doing 10 and above because you master the skill set already, right? So these are the steps that, you know, kind of give you an idea of like, okay, so let's say after I launch my business, how can I get to phase B faster, you know, or how can I get to phase C faster? How can I master my skill set as soon as possible after I launch my business? You know, so yeah, so this is something that you want to discuss with your coach after today and have a game plan for it. Each person gonna have a different game plan, and you don't compare it with anyone because you might have different goals, you have different deadline, and you come in here with different mindset and skill set. You know, so some people go fast, some people go slow, but it depends on your speed. But at the end of the day, just let you know, this Amway business, there is a bunch of money for you to get. But the problem is that you need to learn how to change fast, because the speed of you making money is equal to the speed of you changing yourself, right? So if you change so slow, you grow up your skill set so slow, don't ask why you make money so slow. You know, so if you want to make money quick, get rich quick, you better change quick and you better learn quick. Okay, so with that, I think I'm gonna give it back to the host, and I hope that you guys learned something.
Wow, wow, wow,
Wow.
wow.
Oh my
Guys,
goodness. Woo!
can you help me, give a big round of applause to Quan? Wow.
Thank you, Quan.
Yes,
Wow.
like after Quan sharing, I'm sure like most of you guys are even like candidate in the process. You probably have in mind like, oh, I want to go, platinum in 4 years. I want to go platinum in 3 years. I want to go like platinum in 5 years. You probably have that kind of, mindset in your mind already. But, what's the secret of going there is actually what Quan shared at the moment, the 9 core steps, the phases that you have to go through. And I'm sure that you can game plan for your degree. You go to counselor, you be like, oh, in the first spring semester I have to take this class. If you can do that, if you can actually complete your degree and get your degree the same time, the same 4 years, if you actually dedicate yourself into the 9 core step, dedicate yourself in your business, you're actually able to achieve financial free too. So if you can get your degree and your degree not even secure your job, why not like also focus on the 9 core steps and focus on your business, so that in the same year, after maybe before you graduate, you can actually reach financial freedom. Yeah, so thank you so much all the speakers today for sharing all your nuggets. And also I feel like even though I listened to this before, but I always get something new from you guys and your knowledge as well. But before I end the meeting, I would like to can tech help me share screen. Yeah. Yes, so we actually have some upcoming events that you guys can join to learn more from all the leaders, all the platinum, emerald, diamond in this business. So the first event that I want to share with you guys, actually the second look meeting that actually gonna be present by our amazing mentor Phil and Luna, which will be held in October 13, 2023. It's at 7 p.m. at yes, in California. So if you guys are in California, make sure that you guys go back to your processor and ask if you can actually join this meeting, because I'm just telling you guys, it's a very rare chance for you to actually see Phil and Luna speak. Yeah. So next, please. Yes, we also have the BBS business building seminar, which actually help you. There's speakers like Emerald Up, Emerald Diamond, Double Diamond, that gonna share to you about how to build your business more effectively and all that. So basically, we actually have upcoming BBS very near, which is in the next 2 days, September 24, 2023. So if this location is actually near your location, make sure you go and ask your processor if they can buy the ticket for you. Next, please. Yes, not only that, like we actually have a very special training webinars. It's actually online and you actually can join in September 28th. This is also a very special training, because we can actually hear from 6 speakers from EDC, from the pin level EDC, from Q12 to actually up to EDC. Yeah, so make sure you guys go back to your processor. Yeah, next please. Yes, like I said, not only that we only have one BBS upcoming, we actually have more BBS upcoming. Anyone who's in, SoCal, we actually have an event in Cosset Fullerton. There's also in different places. You can actually ask back to your processor which location is very near to you. And also upcoming, there's 30 September and also 7 October as well. Because if you actually serious about your business, is you actually want to grow your business expansionally, you can actually join this event. Yeah, next please. Yes, anyone in Canada, this Emerald Banquet from Wesley and Leah, which the couple that I really admire a lot. If you guys are in Canada, any chance, I recommend you to go, because this is not like just an event that's gonna happen, you know, every year, or event that's gonna happen every week or every month. It's actually one in a lifetime event that actually Wesley and Leah celebrate their success and share their success story on the stage. Next, please. Yes, same thing, but it's actually in California. So, you know, Canada, you can go to Wesley and Leah banquet, but a special banquet, founder platinum banquet from Ellen and Lily. They reached the pin level platinum at a very young age, and I'm sure that you guys want to learn, you know, to know their secrets, to know like what their success story is like, in order for them to know, you know, to be able to achieve this kind of success at a very young age. So please go back to your processor. You know, if any of these events that you can join, I really recommend you to, you know, join, meet more people, join the association, you know, and get all the nuggets that you can. So is that all, Tech? Yes, so thank you so much, guys, for, you know, attending the meeting for tonight. I know that, you know, it's a bit late now, but I'm sure that you can, you know, go back, reflect, share your appreciation to all the speakers, because they spent a lot of time to actually prepare for the speech that they have tonight. Yeah, so I would like to close the meeting for today, and hope you have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, host.
Thank you.